Good evening and welcome to World Championship Series Season 2 beginning on the F2 side. We have been waiting for this moment for a long time. F1 2020 has finally been released. And someone just got dropped from the session. It was PMP Mac who got kicked out for some reason. I will invite him back. And he should be able to go. PMP Mac went offline for some reason. Not yet, fairly. I need to ask that where did PMP Max go? I need to ask him first before we go, so we could have 14 drivers today in the lobby. It's quite low amount of drivers. We were expecting like 17, 19, but it's good enough when we compare that we lost over 10 drivers by switching to Discord. So now I need to ask PMP Mac, where did he go? He's offline on Discord. He is offline in PlayStation. Hopefully he is not dropping out completely so we could have 14 drivers. But today our league has, or earlier this week, got big changes. One big change will be, at least for now, we are testing today in F2 the regular corner cutting frequency. The reason is that the strict is too strict and regular is very good in this game. So the admins have made a decision to test the regular corner cutting frequency here in F2 before we make a decision about the whole league. So let's see. I have made a graphic which showcases perfectly where you are not allowed to go, and if you get a warning or you go on the red area which is marked in the graphic, you have to slow down, and if your best lap time has done illegally, you will get a big penalty afterwards. So here goes the graphic. So turn 1, as we can see here, if you go all 4 tires over that curb which is shown there, you need to pack off. So that was in the red area there. And then turn 4, as we can see here, if your tires go on the red area, your car is completely off the track and you hit the sausage curb, you need to slow down. Then comes turn 7. Corner cutting is also every time illegal. There you can see, if you go on the red area, you will have, if your car touches the red area, you need to slow down. So if you touch the grass, it's okay in the very exit, but if you go over the curb. Here it's more corner cutting. If you take on the red area, you have to slow down. And we are watching these areas very carefully how we are going to do them. So, that was the track limits for today with the regular corner cutting. The same will apply in F1 if the regular corner cutting stays. Of course, it stays for F1 for this week, and then we need to check the F2 next week. But, so, we are waiting for PMP Mac. He's now back online on PlayStation. If he rejoins the lobby, we can go. Hopefully he rejoins. Has he answered for me? Yeah, it was PMP Mac's idea. So, PMP Mac's idea. GT Motor's idea to make the graphic, and I will make these more if the regular corner cutting frequency. But PMP Mac is rejoining. He got kicked out by internet. So he should be joining any moment now. He's in multiplayer. Looks like he is joining. Yep, PMP Mac is here, and we have 14 drivers, so now we can go on the lobby. Let's see the weather forecast. At this point, the weather forecast is looking quite great. So the F2 Australian Grand Prix will have this kind of weather, so clear and clear in qualifying and race 1. At least for the beginning. Of course, the game's dynamic system will take control after the start of the session, and then the race 2 will start in overcloud, in light cloud conditions. But very soon, very soon, we are ready to go. In Australia, we are now loading into the session. And first, we see a race session in F1 2020. Well, F1 gets underway on Sunday, and then there's 11 long weeks before the next break, so 11 weeks straight racing action. Formula 2 series will have in total 44 race starts. So there are many opportunities for everything to go wrong. Hopefully there's everything not going wrong. Let's go. We are ready in the lobby to begin today's session. Yeah, no problem. We had the graphics to show, so we had time to wait you before we could go. 20 viewers at the same time. That's a lot of viewers on VCS. Of course, some might be from my YouTube channel, but it doesn't matter. The empty blank, which is there on P8, is PMP Mac. So keep that in mind when we go forward in the session. PMP Mac is the only driver which is empty. 14 drivers to start with. We have already first driver going out on track. And it is... looks like it's V91, isn't it? It was the other Mercedes. No, it was Veti. Must be. It was one of the Mercedes. Yeah, it was Veti, but it's not. No, there you go. Wait. Okay. F1 2020 spectator mode is a little bit broken. Let's take the game audios as well into the game. I forgot to enable them. There we go. I will take the game audio down a little bit. Maybe that's too much. There we go, that should be good. So, F2 starts with 14 drivers, that's a great amount for race 1. And now we need to really look after the corner cutting because it's regular. If you receive a warning during your lap, you need to slow down and even return to the pits in the worst case. So I will be really looking after the race director, and if I spot a warning there, I will ask you a video afterwards, and if you don't have anything to show, we are expecting that you cut the track and you will be given a penalty. That's pretty much the maximum you can take, which Beth is showing you there. So you can't take much more than that, otherwise it is a big risk. But corner cutting is never allowed. Going far in the pit, in the corner exit is less strict now. Driver numbers aren't still correct, but Codemasters should release the patch in 1.06 in where they fix the driver numbers also in online. So there should be this own number, I expect 91, because, well, his username is Veti91. So I would not be surprised. But the season is finally underway. We had to wait real F1 to return for 7 months, and we had to wait nearly 2 months for VCS to return, and it was a long wait, but it wasn't even close as painful as it was with the real F1. Let's see how Veti is doing on his lap with the Mercedes. All the cars, of course, are equal, so no one is getting an advantage from the car. They have the same performance level. Now, when you have we have 20 viewers there in the comments, let me know who is going to take pole from these drivers. Even I have no idea because we have so many new drivers. I have no idea who's going to take the pole position today. I am expecting it to be Jordi, Moto, Road. I have no idea about others' pace. So it's one of the Fluid Alpu, Jordi, Moto, maybe PMP Mac and Road. One of those are very high in my expecting. Veti goes across the line, 123 point... that's 24.0. So that's a quite slow lap to begin with. Hopefully he gets his pace back during the session. Let's see when people are on a lap. Let's check. Oh, Jordi has crashed. Yep, there goes. He has crashed out from this session, and he will start last place in race 1. Point system will be like F2 in real life. I don't remember how it goes. I need to check it out before I start making standings this night. But we are using the F2 point system, so I think race 1 was the same as F1, but race 2 was different. So, and ooh, there's room party in the barriers, only running Racing Point, so it cannot be anyone else. 120.0 on the board, PMP Mac putting 123s, but Sentry Martikainen 120.0. Raspberry Road goes on mediums 122.7. I will look after the after the mods fairly after the race. I cannot give you to them right now. I will have to look them afterwards. Asian Iceman not starting his lap. It was Chitimoto who puts on 121.7 to start with. And I forgot to mention that the race 2 will still have the strict corner cutting. So we are testing the regular in qualifying and race 1. And then into race 2 we will switch back to the normal old strict corner cutting, and we will see how the racing changes, how carefully people take the track, and what's the effect in the race between strict and regular. Regular gives drivers more breathing space, but strict is so strict that it can be even nervous to drive. Easy Iceman starting his lap. He's a teammate of Chitimoto in that golden yellow banana Renault. I have some little grip. I nearly spun like 3 times. Yeah, I also had a little struggle with my co-op race today in Spain. But let's not talk about that one now. I'm checking the track limits of Asian Iceman here. That's great, they are still respecting the track limits. Because they know they are under... They can never know who is looking after them. Other driver, me, we have 12 viewers plus me here. So it's a big judge if you get caught here. You have like 13 eyes watching you and looking, oh, you cut the track. You cannot expect... oh, that's very close. It was off the track, but it was within the limits. Because he lost so much time. His racing line was not the best. Rumpad is 26 seconds off, but of course he hasn't done a lap yet. A good lap. Veti and Liverpool fan haven't been quick yet. They have to improve their lap time a lot. Ooh, that's Rumpad having a heartbreak then. Yeah, not heartbreak. Hard skipping a couple of hits. PMP Mac currently in P7 with no name for some reason, but still in P7. Jurdy, only retirement at the moment. He crashed out earlier in the session. Let's see where Rumpad goes. This lap looks good enough. He goes 10th fastest, so the gaps are huge at the moment in this qualifying. Hopefully we get the pack a little closer. We are expecting pretty tight qualifying, at least in F1 on Sunday, so that's the main start, kind of. We are expecting nearly full lobby, at least 18 drivers expected to be in F1 on Sunday. The pit lane glitch is still in the game, that when both same team drivers go out at the same time, it's lagging. Rumpad, who was just on a lap. Asian Iceman trying again, not improving. That was a good line by BMP Mac there with his Alpha Tauri. Plasma 3C, 1.3 seconds off. I am fairly in your dreams. In your dreams, fairly. No chance. There's so many hot drivers. Julian is world quickest in Australia, so how on earth are you going to be on pole? If Julian is not on pole, I'm surprised. Because like I said, he is the world's quickest in Australia at the moment in PlayStation 4 time trial. Chitimoto has abandoned his lap time. Let's check the race director at this point. Terminal damage. No warnings given yet, so there's only one terminal damage being given at the moment. Plasma Racing out lap. Duty ride an out lap also. Road is on a hot lap. Let's see how he's coming through here. Bit too wide there. That was not ideal racing line. Let's see, 26.7, improving by 0.6, and purple sector 1. See how road is doing. It was good line through there. Another Ferrari on the way. That's a great line, Pyro. That's an extremely good line for regulars still respecting the track limits. That is example 1. Coming through here. That's a very good run. The car looks so balanced on this track. The only mistake was the turn 3. But it was not big. There goes cross the line. Where this will put him, that puts him P4, 1 second off the pace at the moment. And Mood Panda has crashed out in turn 10 and there's incident between Veti and Mood Panda at the moment. We cannot have, unfortunately, any replay material from that. But Veti and Mood Panda have collided. There might be some videos coming and protests coming afterwards. But that has been a big incident between Mood Panda and Veti. Any penalties given by the game. Mood Panda terminal damage, nothing else. So no penalty for Veti by that. Or I'm not sure, did they collide with themselves or did Veti was just included in the incident of the Mood Panda making self-mistake, don't know. We will have to see that afterwards, ask post-session what happened. And how is this guy doing? There's another Red Bull slowing down. It cannot be PMP Max, so it's you. No, who was that? It was Road slowing down. Well, surely nothing is lost yet. Last place might be good place in League Racing, not sure. YouTube Rage starting his next lap now. Into turn 1. People are really respecting the track limits, which is good. They know that there's a risk of getting a high penalty. Like I said, the drivers know that there's a risk for a high penalty if they don't respect the track limits. So it's better to respect the limits and lose 10 or 2 than take a quali ban for cutting a track a little bit too much. Easy and Iceman slowing down in the first sector. That's Basmet Risi. Ooh, that was close for being an unsafe pit entry. And that would be 5-second penalty to the race, but race 1, any penalties cannot be added, so every single time penalty which is given affects the race 2, which is a shame. Because the race 1 is the race where the positions switch. So that's why we cannot give any penalties to the grid. We need to give them post-event, and it's the race 2 event, race 2 standings, which change by the penalties. Yeah, that was Hamilton move. Let's see what the other stewards say after that, after the post-race, but I don't say anything because I didn't see it completely. I just saw you going somehow cutting the pit entry. So I don't say anything. I don't call it here. It wasn't obvious, so that was perfect line by GT Moto. Going in the turn 12. Let's see how you can do. 4 minutes to go in this qualifying session. Most of the drivers are in the pit lane. GT Moto, that's good line. And let's see where that will put him. Cross the line, that goes second fastest. 2/10 off the pace from Santeri Martikainen at the moment. So finish lockout. PMP Mac is there in the middle, but it's a good one. He's a nice man also on a lap here. Let's see how he's doing. And let's see the track limits. That's too conservative, way too conservative, and that was a big cut. But might be just in the limits. Let's check the warnings. Speeding in the pit lane, nothing dramatic. How is AC Niceman doing? He's finishing the lap. He's 3.5 seconds off. GT Motors, his teammates' time goes there. Cross the line, he will improve to 8th place. 2.3 seconds, still off the pace. Nearly everyone out on track at the moment. 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go in this qualifying, so one more lap for each driver. And then it's session over. Ooh, that was a close call by Floyd Elpu. Let's see, Santeri Martikainen has also left the garage. He's going only 2 runs in this qualifying. It's getting, by the way, overcast in Melbourne. So there might be some rain predicted very soon. Everyone is slowing down when they don't know who is on a lap and who is not. So, GT Moto and PMP Mac. PMP Mac is now leaving the garage. GT Moto still has time to leave the garage. There's 2 minutes to go, and you need 1 minute and 35 seconds to complete a slowdown lap. So everyone should be able to get on a lap. 4 seconds is the difference between first and last. If we could get that within 2 seconds, it would be very great, but I don't think even under 3 seconds will be impossible. Not sure though. Not sure where's the track going, the track conditions. Looks like drivers with regular corner cutting are even more careful with the track limits. When they know if they get caught, they get a big penalty than just invalidated lap time. So it looks like irregular corner cutting is making drivers even more careful with the track limits than with stricts. It's a good attacking line, that's good line, nearly losing it, and that's YouTube rates lap ruined. There's one Ferrari, and looks like Liverpool fan is on the grass. It's giving way for people. Float outputs on the lap, improving by under 1/10. That's a great line by Elpu. Let's see how people will improve their lap times. He's a nice man into the pits. Titi Vetala hype improves, but it gets him nowhere. 3.8 seconds is the delta. Hopefully these drivers can improve. These racing lines are not the best ones, but it's okay. He has used all his ERS. Liverpool fan has returned in the pits. He will start last place in the session. Where is Rode going? Rode is improving by a very small bit. Ooh, that was close. That was close. For being a cut, or too big cut, I mean, in this case. Rode is going for it. He's going for it. Where can he go? That's a good line. 1.4 seconds is the delta. Checkered flags out. And cross the line. Where will Rode go? It's looking good. It's looking good. Cross the line. 4th place. But just within the 1 second. PMP Mac improving. Purple middle sector. What can he do? GT Moto is behind. Let's check him later. Or I need to check his track limits, of course, but... Okay, that's good. Let's check the track limits of GT Moto first, and then we can get back on PMP Mac. That's good. And perfect. And here comes PMP Mac. Cross the line. Improved by 1/10, so the 3rd sector has failed. And he has failed to improve. Santeri Martikainen 119.6. That's a good lap for on the board when we are in F2. PMP GT Moto will be the final driver to go across the line. And here goes. He's improving and he goes 2nd place, 3/10 away for beating the pole lap time. Asian Iceman has left the garage. How is he still driving? These guys should retire from the session. Santeri Martikainen takes the pole position here in Australia, 119.6. And the race 1 pole position goes. Was not a perfection. Yeah, but it's enough. It is pole position by 3/10 to Moto, 6/10 to Pimpy Mac and Road. Final driver within 1 second. Then comes Elpu, Blast, Marisi, Roombody, Easy Nice Man, YouTube Raid, TVD, TTV Telehype, Veti, Liverpool Fan and Mid Panda and Jody without a lap. Yeah, it's not enough to be a perfect. It doesn't care is it a perfect lap or not. It doesn't matter, you're on pole position, mate. Being too careful will lead into too many mistakes. Well. GT Moto, second place, Santeri Martikainen, pole position for today's race. Or race 1 at least. A couple of seconds and the session will end itself. Why is there a green light when the checkered flag's out? Yep, 1 second and the session should end itself. No, it doesn't. It's a long 1 second. If Asian Iceman improves here, he may get a penalty because he is doing his lap time post-session. Because the session is not ending itself. We got the AE drive. Yeah, now we done it. Thank you. I was already scared that the session doesn't end itself. But it did. So, Santeri Martikainen pole position, GT Moto, PMP Mac, Road, Elpu, Basmarisi, Roombody, Esenasman, Raid and Telehype. That is the top 10 for today's qualifying. Very soon we go here in Australia for the first F2 race of F1 2020. The race will start very soon. Here in F2 in Australia. Let's see how this one will go. We are ready to start. First F1 2020 start. We are going. 45 red lights. And they are on the way. No, they are not. Now the drivers are really accelerating, and there we go. There's a predicted race pit stop strategy. 4 to 15 lap race. In our hands. There we go. Into turn 1. There's minor contact between GT Moto. There's already wing damage for PMP Mac. That wasn't quite ideal start for them. There's carnage at the back. There's carnage at the back. Someone has spun. But nothing too dramatic. And yeah, by the way, Furley, I managed to give you the moderator, and Verti is now there on the sand. But that was a quite good start. Was a okay start for this race. At least we saw how the graphics work. We still got some our graphics as well, but now we know how the new in-game graphics will work. That was a cut by Flo Liverpool. That might be a 5-second penalty. That was a clear cut. Yes, a virtual safety car being deployed. Rote has retired from this race, and virtual safety car has been called into action. How has Rote crashed? I cannot see. Oh, I can see like this. Oh, that's great. But well, Rote crashed out from the session. Yeah, Rote did crash out somewhere there, and that's end of his race. Let's have a replay of race start. So this is where we have to start. The virtual safety car has, by the way, ended on the other side. So there's the start again on a replay. There's minor contact by Santeri Martikainen. Look like GT Moto got better start. But then the carnage went on. And there we can see the carnage very soon. Here we can see Verti going wide. Well, right there. And that's it. Now we're back to racing. No more virtual safety car being deployed. Ooh, Rumpati nearly lost it. That was a great save by Rumpati. PMP Mac down to pit 10, having to change his wing. But now if there's a safety car, other drivers are forced to pit, because they have already done their stop. So if there's a safety car, they will lose if they don't pit. Santeri Martikainen 122.9 on the first lap. That's a good lap. Good start of the race. DRS has been enabled from this lap, and they can use it when they are within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zones. So Rote only retirement, he will start P14 to the race 2. And the race 2 will also have the strict corner cutting frequency, so we don't have to look after the cutting anymore. Jody is catching up to Rumpati. Let's see how he's coming through here. That's on the edge. But that was good. Verti has overtaken Mud Panda here. Mud Panda going down the inside into this corner. That was a cut, but yeah, but there was Verti forced to cut, so that won't be a penalty for Verti, because Mud Panda forced Verti to cut to the track there. He had left him no space or whatsoever to try to race safely on track, and now he's gone on the sand strap, lost it. And well, looks like Veti cannot stay in the pace. Oh, that was close to big contact. Big contact. Luckily, Veti was quick enough to react for that one. Jordi chasing up to Rompadi. Rompadi is still having good pace. The new overtake button will give one more strategy play into the game. You have to use it wisely, otherwise you are in trouble. As we can see, is an Iceman catching up to Besparisi, but he has made a mistake and he has to pay for it. And now Jordi is the closest driver up to the next one, of course with Veti and Mudpanda there at the back. Oh, the sector 2 yellow flag, and they have both crashed out. Yep, they have come together, and we have a safety car. So those drivers who didn't pit, they are now forced to pit. These drivers just missed the pit entry. They are going to lose so much. 2 out of 3 safety car episodes have been seen. Ooh. 3 retirements, and we have a safety car. Viti and Mudpanda have come together. And we have a safety car out on track at the moment. Let's see the pit stops. These drivers have made the stop, have not made a stop. So pretty much PMP Mac is first driver who has done the stop. Rest of the drivers in front of them have not made one. Well, race 2 is new opportunity. Nothing is lost yet. There's still race 2 coming up in moments. Let's see the replay before the drivers do pit. So here's the incident between Veti and Mudpanda for the first time on lap 3, where Mudpanda went down the inside in turn 12. Then he cut the track, and then he forced Veti to cut the track, so, well, that might be a penalty which affects in race 2, if there will be one. And now, let's check the pit stops. Will there be drivers coming into the pits? They are close to Delta. They have to slow down a lot before going into the pits. They are even risking a big penalty in game, which is not great. They are all pitting. You lose 12 seconds in Australia in the pit lane. So as we can see from the leader, the 12 seconds should be easily enough for these drivers to be in front. But now all the pit stops in this race have been made. Oh, AZ Iceman had to wait for GT Moto. Yeah, easily they are coming in front. Very easily. Not even close. After they have rejoined in the lead. Sandra Martin leading the race. There's a safety car. I don't remember who was the safety car driver in F1, the name. I don't remember. No, Veti, you don't have a penalty. You don't have. Mudpanda is under risk getting a penalty forcing you to drive outside the track limits. Mudpanda is under investigation, but you are not. You have done nothing wrong. At least I didn't see the incident between you which ended your both races. I haven't seen that one, but the thing I saw, you are not under investigation from that. I don't know who is Vallupö and who is Lellu. I have no idea who they are. So that's very hard to react to those comments when I don't know who is talking. But at least we are following the safety car here. Let's see for how many laps. Oh, it's a track map. There are a couple of, so we are going at least one more lap before the safety car gets called back into the pits. There's Liverpool Fawn and YouTube Raid are away from this train, so they need to catch back up. Okay, you're Mudpanda. Okay, but still need a clip from your incident. We need to see all the incidents if it's possible. If it's not shown in the stream, in this case it was not. And that way we see how the incidents happen. There's nothing dramatic. If it's a mistake, it's a mistake. But we need to see all the incidents. Just in case. It's safety for everyone. If we see all the incidents, what happens during the race. Safety car driving as fast as it can. Still half a minute between the pack and these two guys. They have to push very hard to get back to the queue. They cannot still cut the track, so that's what I'm looking after. That they don't cut the track. Of course, the game will still give them the penalty. The pit window is not open. I can tell you that. The pit strategy window is not reacting to safety cars. It's the normal race strategy in normal conditions, so it's not reacting to the safety car periods. But Sandri Marticard leading the way when we get back to racing at the end of this lap, so there will be 7 laps. Racing ahead. Well, I'm speaking English in VCS YouTube channel. I'm doing my best in English. This is not rally English. If I spoke rally English, it would be terrible. This is the best English I could do. I'm learning at the same time by myself here, so it's just not for the league, it's for everyone. Safety car is back in the pits at the end of this lap. And as you know, DRS will be disabled because of that. So there is no safety car for the next 3 laps in the race. When we go back to racing. If you don't understand my English, then you are terrible in English. Because everyone else, even the Englishmen can understand. There's wing damage. Rumpadi getting a 5-second penalty. That might be Pastorin. Yeah, that is Pastmatridis. Yeah, just stay in the lobby and you will get in the race. Never ever leave a session after race 1. That way you will get in the race 2. Pastmarisi following the safety car back into the pits and his race is ruined. It was an unfortunate thing. It's good racing into 1. Let's see. That's very tight here. Lap 8. 7 laps to go. Down the inside goes Jurdy. That's a big lunge by the stud off the league. And that has caused maybe Elpu some damage. And it's not visible. But that was a big one. Oh, there's many track limits. There's many track limits. Of course, it's a safety car restart. So we need to be cautious with those. But the track limits mainly should be respected. And the action of the safety car restart has eased up. We are back to solid distances between each driver. 4/10 is the closest gap between 2 drivers on track at the moment. That was close for TTV Telehype to lose it in the turn 12 exit. Rumpadipi and Jurdy are close. Of course, Rumpadi has the in-game 5 seconds, which may be taken away because those penalties are usually given afterwards. And it wasn't a brake check, so it was a racing incident, so I think that can be taken off the penalty because he didn't cause it intentionally. So it's a penalty that should not be given by the game. So, oh, there's contact between Rumpadi and Jurdy. Was quite a big dive. Well, how to put a full throttle in this game should be easy. Just press the R2 button as hard as you can, and it should go to maximum speed. If it doesn't, then you have a saturation problem. PMP Mac catching up to 6th place. Still 6 laps to go though. P6, 6 laps. Should it be impossible, it's AC and Iceman in front. Still no DRS to use. It will be available from the next lap onwards. But PMP Mac is strong when the DRS gets back enabled. Sandro Martikainen leading the race by 4 seconds, then GT Moto 2nd place, Elpu 3rd place, and Jordi 4th place at the moment. And like guys said, all the penalties which will be given post-race will affect the race 2 results. So if we take the 5 seconds away from Rompati, and we see it is needed, we might be able to get it to race 2 or even add back to race 2. Not sure. Around the outside goes PMP Mac, but can't. Switches back to inside, now back to outside, and that's a move down up to P6 by PMP Mac. Well, I can't speak Finnish in international broadcast. I can maybe try to answer you in Finnish in the comments when I make changes to the grid, but I cannot during the race. I don't want to speak Finnish because most of the people don't understand it here. So I speak Finnish as minimal as possible here on VCS. You really should learn the Finnish, or the English, because it's a very important language on Earth. So maybe English, Spanish, and Brazilian maybe. English and Spanish are the most critical languages. If you know how to speak them both, you will be very strong in your life. And that is exactly why I learn English so hard. It's a very important language. So I will do a lot with it in the life in general. Roombatty doesn't deserve more than 5 seconds, if even the 5 seconds, because he didn't do it intentionally. So we may need to give the penalty, but we cannot take it away completely without everyone's permissions. And that is Roombatty onto the grass, making a minor mistake. Larry, you are not in the force here. You are not making the decisions. You are not making the decisions here. We and Stuarts make the decision, and the 5 seconds is max he can get from that. You are not in charge, so the 5 seconds even may get deleted from he will be starting from the position he's set now, but the 5 seconds might be taken away post-race, which affects the results and the points given from the race. So the standing might be wrong, but the points he gets will be always right. So the points are never affected, the standing grid might be. So the race 1 is still a little issue from that side, because we cannot take the penalties away from race 1. It needs to be very obvious in order to be taken away. I don't know that song, so I cannot comment. Never heard. And here goes PMP Mac down the inside in the turn 1 up to P4 in this race. Ooh, he lost it. Jordi still having it. Sandri leading the race by 7 seconds. He's having a strong pace at the moment. Larson, isn't it that you are FC Larry Pro? Or who are you on PlayStation? Because if he hits you and you are a person who I'm thinking you to be, that is just impossible. Who are you on PlayStation? I need to know you I need to know that first before I can comment any longer. But the hit wasn't intentional, so that's why he doesn't deserve penalty. It wasn't an intentional brake check. So he doesn't deserve more than 5, even if that 5 is deserved. So Roombatty is having to push this 5 seconds now. Okay, good. I can now know who I'm talking with. I don't put any music, which is unnecessary. because it may lead into the copyright strikes. So that's why it started raining here in Australia with 2 laps to go. And TT Vitila Hype is needing the pit for the softs. Looks like this rain is not gonna affect drivers on track. It's raining, but not hard. But I am scared of the copyright strikes, so I don't want to put any music. F1 theme song is the only song I know doesn't give you copyright strikes. So that's why it's the only music which can be played here in DCS. We don't want any race streams to be banned. We want to showcase and memorize as many races as possible later on. The F1 engine sounds should be good background music for you. That was an interesting line by Easy Nice Man. It's raining really hard at the moment. The rain is getting heavier. Santry is leading by 10 seconds. 2 laps to go, he just needs to keep the car on the road. 3/10 between Rumpadi and Jurdy. Well, you really should watch your mouth, Atu. You have no reason to be so aggressive and angry, so make better yourself. I bet you can't. So down the inside goes Rumpadi, forcing Jurdy off the road. PMP Mac has made a mistake at the same time, and Jurdy is using this as his advantage. PMP Mac has hit the barrier hard, so the rain is really affecting. It is really affecting here in Australia. Salmon Pike has been banned from our comment box, so from our comments. So talking with Salmon Pike there is impossible because he's banned in the comment section. It's getting slippery. 1 more lap to go. The braking distances are longer, and the final lap will be terrible. Can the drivers keep it on road? There's sector 2 yellow flag. Rumpadi's lost it. DRS has been disabled because of the bad weather. The rain is really coming down. It's really coming down. These drivers have to make it. Final lap for Santeri Martikainen. Same for Moto. There's someone gone. It's PMP Mac who's lost it again. He has lost it again. These drivers are going off-road. Yeah, London is a city, not language. And this is, like I said, it's in international broadcast, so I'm not going to speak Finnish. You can use Google Translator if you want to change my voice in Finnish. Asian Iceman pitting from 5th place. From 5th place pitting with 1 lap to go. Not sure is this a good decision or not. Oh, this is a chance for him to get pole position in the race 2. He drops the P8 now. P8 goes to P1, the race 2. And Basmarisi goes 8th fastest, but he has the slick tires. Uh-oh. Icy and Iceman will be 8th in this race. Oh, Pimpy Max there. That's exactly what I mean. There's many people who don't understand Finnish and they want me to speak English. So there's 15 viewers. I'm not going to speak Finnish because of 1 viewer. And 14 would be in trouble after that. So it's very slippery. Sect 3. Santeri has not made a mistake yet. It's very slippery. If Santeri makes a mistake, GT Moto is strong. Asian Iceman overtakes PMP Mac. PMP Mac down to 8th place. But here comes Santeri Martikainen. Cross the line, winning by 15 seconds. By a mile. Cross the line and P8 for race 2, but winning the race 1 here in Australia. GT Moto slowly but surely finishing the race 2, the race 1 with P2 and starting 7th in the race 2. And then comes Fluid Elpu, P3 now, P6 on the grid. Then comes Jurdy, now P4, then will be P5. Cross the line by 12 seconds, then YouTube raid. Rumbody, Easy Nice Man, 7th place, couldn't catch up to people. Pastmel Freezy will be starting on pole. There were some unserved penalties. Easy Nice Man is 6th after penalties, and Pastmel Freezy will start from pole. Oh, that's a big lag. Pastmel Freezy will start from pole position. PMP Mac will start 9th, just about missing the pole position, but he will start 9th place. Liverpool Fan P10, and TT Vittelhype will start P11. Veti, Mood Panda, and Road 12, 13, and P14. And when TT Vittelhype will cross when he crosses the line, we can start to preparing for race 2. There will be light cloud conditions. Let's see how the dynamic will switch up things. That's the end of race 1. Grab the popcorn. Jordy will be driver of the day by the game. Well, race 1 podium. Oh, some nice little dance moves there by Santeri Martikainen, and he wins the race 1. And like I said, we'll start P8 for race 2. And GT Moto also on the podium. PMP Mac just missing out, P9 now, and P9 on the grid. That was a small mistake, which costs a lot. And now we will change over to strict corner cutting rules. Rumbody getting penalties, they were unserved penalties, but still getting some. There's a screenshot for me from the results. And now we are going to make little swaps. Jordy, yeah, from P14 to 4th, that's a great result. And yeah. Soon I will make little changes here, and once these changes are made, I will get back. I might be quiet for a moment because I need to concentrate making the changes, so I cannot do them rushly. I can't rush this thing. I need to get the photo of the screen of the results to my phone, but my PlayStation is so slow because the game is so heavy. I think it could be better if I just took the photo with my phone straight. So no screenshots required. Of course I need, I need the screenshots for the results afterwards. But now it's time to make the swaps. So let's take the qualifying off. 25% custom grid. And the race will have light cloud conditions. So now I make the changes. Someone has left the session. Well, someone left. So Santeri Martikainen will go to 8th place. Then GT Moto 7th. GT Moto has left. Oh no, he's there. He's there. Nothing dramatic. Santeri Martikainen 8th, Moto 7th. Easy Nice Man will be... Well, this is for me first time doing it personally, so this may take a little longer than usually, but shouldn't take long. Jordy. Pastor Marisi has left. He is no longer here. Yep, he's the missing Finn. From pole position. Yeah, he should be pole position and he has left the session. So it means that only top 7 will swap. So PMP Mac will be P8, but starting P8. Then 9th is Liverpool Fan. He has also left the session, so we have 2 drivers left the session. Also, even more people leaving the session. Why people leave? There's still race 2 to come. Now I'm confused with the grid because there's so many people leaving the session. Even though they should not. Only top 7 will swap now. So Rumpadi should start from pole position. Rumpadi is even not here, so it's Asian Iceman who starts from pole. Well, this is confusing because so many people have left. Sandri Martika in P8, or this time P7. Moto, Elpu. Yes, Elpu, then it should be Jurdy, YouTube Raid. Then it's PMP Mac 2nd place, and Asian Iceman 1st place. How? Should it be like this? I'm very confused because so many people have left the session. And there's people missing the names completely. I didn't see everyone's names either. So it's really hard to see who should be starting. Now it should be correct. Yeah, we have only 12 drivers now. 11 drivers actually. For the race 2. Why have so many people left? There's still race 2. Wow, they have left the session, so they will start from the back of the grid now. If they rejoin. The Liverpool man, of course, left. He didn't knew there was a race 2 coming, so that's one reason. But well, now we're going. Only top 6 will swap in this case now. Hopefully I can get the one driver back in. There's only a couple of seconds to go. I don't think he will get back. I don't think he will get back. If he gets, he will be starting from the back of the grid. Well, we have only 11 drivers now for... Only 11 drivers for this race too. I have made the best I could with the grid. So... yeah. Yeah, Liverpool joined just a bit too late. I don't think he is racing here. I have no idea is he racing or not. Liverpool fan is racing. Thank God he managed to make it to the race. We have 12 drivers. Thank God. And now we will be going soon. So hopefully Liverpool fans start from the back of the grid. Otherwise, this will be a mess. I couldn't control his starting grid position. So it is not my fault if he's starting from elsewhere. It was pretty much my mistake because I forgot to mention that there's race 2 coming. Because he just joined the league today. So... from which position will he be starting? Hopefully last place, yes. Great job, great ragazzi, he's starting from P12. Formation lap. AC Niceman on pole, YouTube Red second place, 34 third, Elpo 4th, GTMoto 5th, Sandri Martikani 6th, and then there's PMP Mac 7th place, Tilla Hyped VT Mud Panda Road, Liverpool Fun. And that's the grid order for the race 2. Two drivers left, unfortunately, but at least we have great amount of drivers still for this one. Of course, a bit more drivers would be better, but 12 is good when we compare that we lost to over 10 drivers during the switch of the seasons. Let's check the audio voices for you at the same time. Let's see what this race 2 has given for us. Let's check the tires. GT Moto and PMP Mac on the mediums, rest of the grid on the softs. VT and Mud Panda have already been disqualified. They have again come together. Hopefully we don't see a carnage in the start. I just remembered that the grid editing stuff was so carnage that I forgot to switch to strict corner cutting, so it's still regular. But good thing is that we know what racing is actually with strict corner cutting, so we have enough experience from that, so it's not a big deal. But the drivers have prepared for the strict corner cutting and it's still regular. So, well, regular corner cutting for this race now, and we still need to look after them. No, the lights aren't still working, they are wrong. Yep, we are not underway yet. The drivers are now preparing for the start. Oh! Drive-through penalty for PMP Mac! PMP Mac jumped start! Oh, there's carnage in the one. But PMP Mac did jump the start. Oh! There's carnage. GT Moto has been taken out. What an unfortunate way for his good day. PMP Mac is really struggling and virtual safety car has been deployed, and there comes the strategy as well. What an unfortunate way for GT Moto. Now he has to return to the pits. It's not even a full safety car. He has to return to the pits and hope for a miracle and get a safety car later on in this race. That's the only way he can get back to racing in this race. Oh no. You never hope that for anyone, especially for a driver who has done so well as GT Moto did in race 1. We are back to racing. Mud Panda has retired. Oh no, that's a big chunk. No safety car because there was just a virtual safety car. So there's no new one coming. Sandri Martikainen grinding his way back. Already up to P4. PMP Mac into the pits to serve a penalty. The drive-through. Once again we get the predicted straight strategy. Sandri Martikainen is already overtook. Rain coming in 10 minutes again. How freaking many times are we getting rain? And Float Elpo is making contact with Jurdy. Strict is no good, and in the carnage of the race start, I forgot to just switch over to strict, so we are going with regular corner cutting in this race as well. So, well, that was my bad again, but it was so carnage that I couldn't concentrate on every single thing happening. And Sandri Martikainen goes down the inside. YouTube Ray made his own mistake. That wasn't Martikainen's fault. So he's already up to 2nd place, and we are already running lap 2 of this race. That was a cut. There's the race start again. Let's see. Let's see how badly PMP Mac jumped to start. Oh, that was a clear jump. That was a clear jump by PMP Mac. There on the replay. Not the best way to start his race. Here we can see the carnage. And soon we will see the GT Moto incident. There goes. He was lucky to not end his race with that crash. And TT Vitola Hype overtakes Road. I didn't see that completely. Down the inside goes Road off TT Vitola Hype. Vitola Hype defends around the outside. And now there's YouTube Pride who makes the overtake for 6th place. DRS enabled from this lap. And like I said, 1 second within the next car and you will be able to use it. Road is out of ERS. And if there's really the rain coming very soon, it will mean another wet conditions. That was close to be a cut. Too big. Santeri Martikainen already chasing down to Asian Iceman. Around the outside, trying to force himself. The Asian Iceman is in big trouble here. With DRS. And within 4 laps, Santeri Martikainen has managed to build through from P6 up to P1. And now he's pushing away. And Road is close to YouTube Raid. But out of ERS. Down the inside of turn 3. How can they go through? Road has to stay in 7th place for now. Jordy is close to Asian Iceman. GT Moto fastest lap 1:23.1, so that's a good lap. Stage of the race, and Road and YouTube Pride are still battling here. And there goes. That was a cut by Road. And all the penalties which will be given post-race are affecting this race. So this race 2 is very critical to build the gap. Because if you get a penalty, this is the race from where we look at the penalties and take away the points. And I think, if I remember correct, only top 8 will get points from this race. Not sure though. F2 rules. And if really less drivers gets points and less points, even GT Moto is having a tough afternoon here. Trying to build his racecraft and back into points position. Around the outside, Jordy goes off Asian Iceman. He got forced out of the track there a little bit. He was forced to go over the sausage curb, and they're in the behind. Float Elpos lost it. This should be a safety car. This should be a safety car. Let's see what's the game giving. Yes, it is giving a safety car. So GT Moto back into the game in this race. GT Moto is really, I don't say lucky, but he's really fortunate to get a safety car here. Up to P10 and back to racing. So now the pit stop time. No one else apart GT Moto has made the stop yet. Santeri Martikainen was pulling away, and now there's a safety car being deployed. Oh, that was a brake check by Santeri Martikainen, and Jordy broke his wing there. Asian Iceman has been given a penalty. I can tell you that Asian Iceman does not deserve that penalty. That gets taken away, and instead Santeri Martikainen is under investigation for brake checking. So, if you need to do those heavy brakings due to Delta, you should do it safely, not on the racing line. Let's see how the pit stop go. As we can see, 12 seconds time lost in the pit lane. Wing change for Jody. Sergio Marti kind of leaving the pits in the lead. That Ferrari people got driven over by Red Bull. Now everyone has done stop apart PMP Mac, who has done only the drive-through penalty, and he's the only driver who has the stop to do, with 6 laps gone into the race. And Sartori Martikainen again leading the race. What was your PlayStation name? I don't remember. I mean, Monaco Kill in this case. What was your PlayStation username? I don't remember. Oh, Bas Marisi. Yeah, you get the points from P8. But why didn't you participate in race 2? There's always 2 races, 2 times 25 is the F2 race distance. And F1 does the 1 time 50, so... Liverpool fan has left the session. Luckily the coasting system works. The EA difficulty is 70. Ah, okay. Then I understand. Telehype has crashed on the safety car with PMP Mac. What on the screen earth happened there? PMP Mac and TT with Telehype came together on the safety car. PMP Mac has to come into the pits, change the nose, and he's back in the game in P9. This is kind of free pit stop for him. I have no idea what happened there. Let's see, incidents. Jump start. Telehype corner cutting, so he's caught. Of course, the game gave him a warning. We give penalties only from corner cuts, which game don't give anything. So he was kinda lucky getting a warning from the cut. PMP Mac into the pits, change the nose, and we get racing again. Intermediate, that's a penalty. That's a new rule book that even accidentally put intermediates will give you a penalty this season. Yep, he retired from the session, so I take it back. No penalty for him. He retired from the session. What happened, Mac? Could you tell me? You need to give me the video showcase anyway. What happened? So tell me by the text and then send the video later. But we have 7 cars running. Well, Liverpool fan is a coast. So we have 7 cars running in this race. So every Finnish driver will receive points from this race. With 7 running cars. Safety car in at the end of this lap. And as you know, there is no DRS before the safety car comes back in the pits, and 3 laps after that we will have the first safety car period. Let's check the replay quickly before we get back underway. So here's the incident. So there's the overtake of SNS man forcing wide, and then Fluid Elpa losing it on the background. There we can see Fluid Elpa losing it, and that caused the safety car, which we just saw. And we are back underway here in Australia. Pit windows not open, the rain started! The intermediate might have been good strategy here. And round the outside goes Road. That's a great overtake. GT Moto is last of the running cars, P7, because Liverpool fan is coasting as we can see. So 7 running cars. GT Moto up to P6. Sector 3 yellow flag. Why? There's no one in Sector 3. Why is the EA of PMP Max still driving there even though he retired in the pits? Hopefully the other driver has a clip, if you don't have one. If he doesn't, then we have to see what we saw on the stream, and that might be bad, because I didn't see it completely either. Down the inside goes, tries to go as an acement but can't. Why is there a yellow flag in Sector 3? The audio voices are broken. Why is PMP Max EA driving there? If this causes a safety car, this game is broken. Road overtakes. PMP Max EI is driving in there. Oh, that was YouTube Pride. Forcing another driver off the track. GT Moto into the pits to change over the inters. Oh, there's Ferrari. Oh, that's Red Bull off-road. Crashing out. Where is... Well, there's a lot of yellow flags going. I have no idea where we are in the race at the moment. There's PMP Max drive. PMP Mac has a puncher. His EA is driving there. Well, I still want to see the footage. I don't blame anyone before I see the footage. But PMP Max EA is driving out on track even though he retired in the pits. So does this mean that retiring in the pit lane is broken in this game? And GT Moto was swapped over into intermediates. And now let's hope that the track gets wet. So GT Moto has an advantage. Santry is still doing well on those intermediates with on those mediums with 5 laps to go. Not pitting, so the track is not feeling slippery yet. Staying out. Jerdy having DRS is still enabled. So at least DRS is not gone yet. That is still available. But let's wait for the DRS getting disabled. Road and GT Moto trying to catch up. Let's see these. A lot of 5 seconds being given. Oh no. Let's compare the lap times. 39s. Yeah, intermediates are clearly 10 seconds slower than the slicks. Oh, is a nice mistake. But same did 30. Now it's getting slippery. Now GT Moto should have the advantage. R2, are you TT with hype, by the way? Down the inside goes Jerdy. That's a quite dangerous move. Sandri should pit at the end of this lap. Yes, he does. And on to intermediates he will go. And now the DRS gets disabled. Jerdy spinning in the pit entry! Ooh, no. That was close, not being a disqualification by the game. And YouTube Raid also overtook him. Everyone into the pits. In normal conditions you lose 23 seconds. And the gap to GT Moto is 36, so there should be no problem whatsoever. Where is GT Moto? There he goes! And he is up to P2 by an amazing strategy. He's back in the game. Santry is leading. Oh no. GT Moto has a chance to win the race after under a chaotic start. 10 by amazing strategy. He's winning the race. He wins the race. You lose 20 seconds. Sandri Martikan is going to lose half a minute because of the weather and the pit lane loss. So half a minute will drop him to last place. So Sandri Martikainen is P7, last of the running cars. Only Road will rejoin behind him. So P7, last of the running cars. Pretty much. Because Road will get P7 if he finishes behind the coasting car. So Road will be 7th in the standings. Or in the post-race results. Well, look at this. GT Moto already catching up. Sandri haven't even done the stop yet, and GT Moto is in the back of him. This was terrible strategy. When I saw people being slippery out there, Sandri should have pitted immediately, and now he's paying for it. For the interest he goes. GT Moto will get into the lead before Sandri even gets a pit limiter on. And this. GT Moto in the lead. He's gonna win, I think, his first ever VCS race. Not first ever VCS race, but first race after he rejoins the league. For a third, I think this might be his first VCS victory, but not his first VCS race. That's what I mean. He has done races in VCS earlier, but this might be his first win in VCS. We might have interviews on Discord afterwards, if people come there, but if people don't join, we don't have one. But if there's someone joining, we may have interviews after the race. GT Moto leading the race by 5.6 seconds to Raid and AZ Niceman. Veti has done also well, P4, 30 P5. Sandri, not a good strategy, P6, and Road will be P7 after the coasting car gets deleted. So Sandri, nearly last of the running cars, P6 out of 7. So, turn 12 is really hard. Oh no, Sandri, that's close. Being too much cutted. 3 laps to go. Lap 13, 14 and 15. GT Moto is not far away from the victory. This is what I mean, never give up. Even though he was completely smashed into the wall. Only virtual safety car, now he's leading the race by a mile. This is what I mean in league racing, never give up. One incident, one safety car, you're back in the game. In league racing, never give up. Even though you're 3 laps down, never give up. There's a chance that you get a couple of safety cars and you're back in the game. But this battle between AZ Niceman and YouTube Raid will pretty much ramp up the race. One of these drivers will be in P2, YouTube Raid or AZ Niceman. Will it be Renault 1-2 or not? We will see. 2.5 laps to go. 7 running cars. 4 retirements and 1 leaving. And actually, Liverpool said that he had a power cut at his home, so his all electricity was gone in a snap. So he couldn't do anything to avoid that leaving, he had a power cut, so that's an unfortunate way to leave the session. But it's not a penalizable thing, because if you have a power cut, what we can do? Nothing. So, and the coasting is working very well this season, so it's not, it is not blocking the cars, so it's not a big deal. Veti's racing line through there could be faster. Sandri is on the edge. He's really pushing hard on the limits, trying to catch up to people. He knows he is the fastest driver on track, so he has a chance to get up to P5 in this race. Now he has to minimize the damage he got by the wrong strategy. GT Moto leading by 10 seconds. His strategy was amazing. GT Moto might be our official driver of the day. Race 1 P2 and Race 2 P1. So GT Moto will be leading the championship by these results after the season, after the race 1. And at least I call him driver of the day. Cherdy might be race 1 driver of the race, but driver of the day will be GT Moto. He has done so amazing work there in the lead. 1.5 lap to go. AZ Niceman still catching up to YouTube Raid. Down to inside into turn 7 goes. Side by side nearly, but YouTube Raid keeps around the outside and can keep the position for now. Ooh, Asian Iceman's lost it. Taking down one of the Aramco signs. Now he has made a big mistake. That wraps up the battle. Now it's Jurdy against Veti. Veti has made a big mistake. Jurdy knows this is his opportunity to get up to P4 in this race and to even higher results. Down the inside to turn 11 goes. Oh, that's close. That was Veti's cut. That was a cut. There might be protests afterwards. But now it's Santeri Martikainen who's attacking Jurdy. Jurdy goes to Veti. Veti is giving space for both. And Martikainen is up to P4 here. He has a chance to get up to P4 here with 1 lap to go in this race. If Santeri Martikainen manages to build up to P4, that would be amazing. He is fast in these conditions. YouTube Raid will be second in this race with if nothing dramatic happens, and GT Moto will win. But let's see. Yeah, but remember what our graphics said about corner cutting. We are strictly following that one. And the 5-second or even 10-second penalty in worst cases will follow. If the stewards agree, that's the thing. I can't make the decisions alone. If the stewards agree. That was close by Santeri Martikainen. Jurdy defending his position aggressively but fairly. And Santeri Martikainen is up to P4, or is he? Yes, he will. And Santeri Martikainen gets P4 after a terrible strategy. And I don't think there's no way he will get up to P4, P3, so only penalties will give the advantage for him. So P4 is not a bad result. But GT Moto is coming to win the race too. After all this one. That was a big cut by Asian Iceman. Up to YouTube Raid. Cannot go down the inside. Having to go with P3. But GT Moto, final corner to win the race 2. And there's someone causing yellow flags, but GT Moto has won the race 2 here in Australia. And Asian Iceman has spun on the final lap, giving Santeri Martikainen P3. Oh no. Yeah, Bahrain next week. YouTube Raid, P2, Santeri Martikainen after terrible strategy. P3, a little bit luck there. P3, Jurdy P4, Veti is P4 after penalties. Asian Iceman hurrying on. Nope, he can't get it. And Road will be P7 after deleted coasting cars. GT Moto winning the race here in Australia by a mile. Let's have a little look at the replay. The battle on the last lap. GT Moto was driver of the day in game. So, and I will call him driver of the day in general. But here comes GT Moto. Giving the applause for everyone. We couldn't see the podium celebrations completely. Or, I mean, the final battle, we couldn't see it completely, but it's not a big deal. Well, now it will be very interesting who is leading the championship. I think it might be GT Moto. So there are the results. GT Moto winning the race by 13 seconds. That's a clear margin. Yeah, Moto will be driver of the day, I think. It cannot be Santeri Martikainen because his strategy was so terrible and he was a bit lucky to get back to P3. So I think by driving, GT Moto will be driver today. P1 and P2 in today's races. Which is an amazing way for GT Moto to wrap up this Australian Grand Prix. And, well, next week we have Bahrain, but first we have F1 of Australia, the 50% race, 29 laps of racing. And well, I don't know, but at least you pitted 1 lap too late. So, yep, next weekend, same time. It's always the same time, so we don't cause any issues with others that some days that time, some days are that time. It's always the same time 5 p.m. BST on Fridays. But that's it for the F2 action of this week. On Sunday we will see you at 4 p.m. BST here on YouTube with F1 action coming up.